But don't stop there. In my next video, I'm breaking down how to move like somebody who's not trying to be stuck behind the steering wheel forever. I'm talking 5 years or less, if you play your cards right.
Now, maybe you thought I was gonna break down how to stack your bread and retire from trucking in 5 years flat. So let's clear this up from jump. This is not about retiring from trucking. This is about retiring from the old you. Because the truth is, you could leave the truck and still be stuck. Stuck in the same mindset, same habits, same money problems, and the same insecurities. I don't wanna make anyone feel embarrassed, but this video is for the real ones. The ones that feel that quiet fear creeping in back here that sounds something like, if I don't make a change, I won't wake up in 10 years in the same damn place that I am right now. And I know what that feels like. You get into trucking to solve a problem, make some money, pay your bills up, get yourself back on track or get yourself on track. But this profession will rock you to sleep if you're not careful, family. Same thing every day, the routine, the miles, like the repetitiveness of it all. It can start to feel like Groundhog Day sometimes. And then one day you look up and you've been driving for years and you still don't have options. You still can't slow down and you're still not proud of how you're living. And you're like, fuck, am I doing with all of this time? This is why I made this video. This is real talk. It's a wake-up call and a vision pitch. It's a new way to think. So 5 years from now, you're not just making and spending foolishly more money, you've actually got a better life. Now, before I break this down, understand this. What I'm about to share with you is gonna sound simple, but don't mistake simple for ineffective. I remember sitting in the truck one night. It was late, it was quiet. It was just me and my thoughts. And I realized how different life felt at that moment, how different I felt at that moment. And when I really traced it back, I don't think it was luck or good fortune, and I don't think it was changing positions or becoming an owner-operator. It came down to 5 things. I realized it in that moment. These were the 5 areas that I focused on when I got serious about becoming better, not just chasing checks, but actually growing as a person. So please don't hear these like tips. Hear them like a blueprint, because I believe this is what created the situation that I have now. More stability, more confidence, more financial options, and more pride in who I am and the way I can carry myself. So lean in right here, family. This is where it all started to shift for me. The first area I had to get real with myself about, family, was financial. Look, I'm not here to talk like a finance guru. I'm just telling you what I had to do. I had to clean up my mess. I had to face it. I had to fix it. I had to start to learn some things about how money really works. And I had to stop running from the numbers. I was sick and tired of being sick and tired, family. I was trying to be free. Free from overdraft stress. Free from feeling stuck because my money kept me feeling boxed in. They say if your outgo exceeds your income, then your upkeep will be your downfall. So I had to stop guessing. I had to start learning. I had to get humble and I had to get some help. And now my situation is better. My credit is better. My credibility is better. I'm a more reliable person. My finances are better. I have a cushion. And I'm not just working for the day anymore. I'm not just working to pay the bills anymore. I'm actually working to build something for the future. In this profession, our freedom starts with our finances. Not necessarily when we hit a certain number, but when we stop ducking the truth. Personal growth was the next area I focused on. You ever realize there's truckers out here that are thinking more about upgrading their truck than they are their mindset? I had to stop indulging in petty stuff that didn't really move the needle that I was trying to move and start thinking more like a deliberate, intentional builder. Books, podcasts, time with myself, discipline over distractions, family. And this is not about becoming a motivational person. This is about becoming dangerous with your decisions, your focus, and your self-control. I'm a whole different man now than I was 5 years ago, and it had nothing to do with me getting a new truck. It had everything to do with me getting a new perspective. Managing relationships was another area I felt was important for me to work on. And this part might sting, family, because some of us as truckers, just like anyone else in any other profession that's trying to get ahead in life, we stay losing sometimes because of who we're trying to drag along with us. It definitely happens here. I had to take a look at that. Old friends, toxic partners, family members that don't support us or pour back into us. I had to come to grips with what to do with what relationships. Kind of like a manager. And what do managers do? They hire, they fire, they promote and demote. So some people that were in my circle got promoted because it just makes sense to nurture certain relationships. But other people in my circle got demoted and others got fired altogether. And family, that's not cold, that's clarity. Real love establishes boundaries and real progress requires prioritizing. You can't build a future while being emotionally bankrupt. check your circle. Another area I chose to focus on that it just made sense for me to focus on was networking. A lot of us as truckers pretty much suck at networking, and trucking can be lonely if you let it, but that's not a reason to isolate. That's a reason to connect differently. Mentors, groups, conversations with people that think bigger than you. You're one conversation away from leveling up, but you gotta start talking to the right people. No network, no progress, I would say. Get in the room, do whatever you gotta do, even if it's online, even if it's uncomfortable. Because guess what? Nobody's coming to save us, but somebody will help us if they see us trying to help ourselves. The last area that it made sense for me to focus on that really helped me to get results, and this area is probably the most slept on, I'm putting under the category of hobbies and business. Too many truck drivers wait until they're burned out of this trucking career before they start building their way out of this trucking career. Start now. That idea that's in your head, that YouTube channel, that business plan, that creative hobby, start small. Plant the seed. The truck pays our immediate bills, cool, but as truckers, our futures deserve more than just, well, I'll put some time into it when I can, if I can. Start deliberately building something outside of the truck that lights you up. Something you can grow while you drive and lean on when it's time to step away. So now you get it. When I said 5 years or less, I wasn't necessarily talking about really early retirement. I was talking about personal transformation. Retiring from the version of you that procrastinates, that's unfocused, and that's just surviving. You could still be in the truck 5 years from now, but you'd be in control, mentally stronger, financially more stable, sharper emotionally, surrounded by better people, working on better things. That's what this really is. A blueprint to build a new you with all new options. 5 years is gonna pass anyway. What you do with it, that's up to you. But I'm telling you, if you start applying what I just laid out for you, what worked for me, you're not going to recognize yourself 5 years from now. You're going to look back and say, damn, I really became somebody else. More self-esteem, more control, more confidence, more stability. Not just better trucking, a better life. And I'm telling you, if I can do it, so can anyone watching this video. Drop a comment and tell me which one of these 5 pillars you're getting started with, or which one you've been slacking on and needed this reminder. If this hit home, good. That means it's time to move. Retire from the old you. The new one's waiting.